So long story short, my computer packed it in and I lost about 6 videos that I was working on. I had all the data backed up, but obviously that doesn't account for all the video editing that I had to do. I know it's been quite a while since I posted, but what that means for this video is that you're basically getting 4 or 5 updates that would have been individual videos whilst I've been waiting to get this bloody computer fixed. So anyway, here we go. The inside of the man cave area is all pretty well set up now, and that's currently been used as a bit of a home gym area and the man cave set up, and it's also been a shared office as far as my wife's work is concerned at the moment as well. Ultimately, it'll become a dedicated area with all the stuff that I've got on display. The man cave area is just brick garage, so I'm rendering over the old brickwork to make it match in with the rest of the house, and that makes it blend in a lot better for where that old brick wall connects to the new workshop wall and just ties everything in really nicely together. The pile of bricks that you can see there is going to go into landscaping foundation. You can see how I've used some of that material there into getting that ramp area built into the new workshop, and that's allowed me to start working on some of the landscaping that sort of bridges the area between the house and the workshop. The fire pit area is another part of the landscaping that I've been working on, using some of that recycled brick that you saw earlier. I made up the artificial stone bench chair. The whole thing was then covered in chicken mesh so that it held all the bricks in place, and that wire also acted as a reinforcement for the cement render that went over the top of it. Whilst the sand and cement was still setting, I used a couple of different oxide powders to add in the colour that I was after, so that it matched more closely with the natural stone that I was also using in the project. There's still a little bit of work as far as tidying up the look of it is concerned, but it matches in fairly well with the natural stone there. I tidied up the rock garden area by making up a bit of a hobbit house doghouse for both the dog and the cat. The plants are starting to come in really nicely now, and the local lizards like it as well. So unfortunately I couldn't move the hot water system, so the next best thing to do is to hide it, and gives us a nice little herb garden that we can dip into as well. The lay of the ground floor and putting in the decking area was such that as I came up close to where the wall of the new workshop was, the deck area would be right at or even slightly below where the height of the deck needed to be. So I've created that step-up platform area, and having that extra space means that I've got a little bit of storage area underneath. What I've done for that is to create a little handle, push it on that side, it pops up on that side. Normally I'd do this with 2 hands, but you get the idea. Lock that support into place, and that gives me a storage area for all my garden tools. Putting it back is also pretty simple. Just give it a lift until that support piece drops out of the way, and then just drops back down into place. That handle then just disappears in between the 2 boards. I've still got to stain the decking area. It'll be stained to match the same sort of colour as the little hobbit hole doghouse, and then the front edge of the deck will be enclosed as well. I've already put some little deck lights in place, and even with it not being painted, it really comes to life for the night time. The other big thing that I've tried to sort out is this annexed area out the back. This is effectively the area that I have which is set up in terms of high dust. I've got a cover there for the polishing machine. It's sort of set up just like a big barbecue cover that covers up the polishing machine. This is going to be my metal prep area as far as the melting down as the aluminium is concerned, and I've just got it all sort of weather annexed out so that whilst it's in an open air area for ventilation, it's still really well protected. And I've built a little sort of box shed area there that encloses the furnace, and there's plenty of room in there to hold the mould boxes and the furnace itself. And as I said in a previous video, it's eventually going to be upgraded for the beer keg version. But even if I had both of them set up there as working machines, you can see that there's plenty of room in there for what I need to use them for. When I got the furnace working in its new spot, I was able to do up a test cast piece of one of the parts that's going into the Martian fighting machine project, and whilst there's a lot of clean up to do on that, it's come out quite well. There's still a long way to go. I've got another 6 or 8 pieces that need to be cast for that project as well. Hopefully I'll be able to get back to finally finishing that one as well. And I finally found out what type of gearing oil I needed to use for the milling machine, and once I get a few more of these pieces cast up, hopefully I'll be able to give this machine a bit of a test run as well. One of the things that I did find incredibly frustrating when I was working on the jukebox was that with the collapsing down of the old shed that was on the outside of the workshop, everything had been absorbed into the workshop, but it hadn't really been packed away in such a way that I could get to everything the way I wanted to. My tools have been properly put out now so that everything is accessible, and I'm not rummaging through drawers and boxes when I'm trying to find stuff. And then the smaller tools I've broken down into areas where I can get access to everything as far as that sort of stuff is concerned as well. and having the tools set up now that I can just reach and grab what I need just makes life a lot easier. But anyway guys, that's the update for this time. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.